A regional planning framework for Winnipeg and its neighbours is not going ahead. The Winnipeg Metropolitan Region voted this morning not to proceed with Plan 2050. CBC's Bartley Kivas joins us to break down what this means and really why it matters. So, Bartley, what is the Winnipeg Metropolitan Region and what was Plan 2050?
Well, the Winnipeg Metropolitan Region is the city and 17 surrounding municipalities. Now, the former PC government under Brian Pallister, when he was around, he required them to put together a regional framework to coordinate infrastructure planning. This plan was created and it was going through a public hearing process over the past summer when it started to face widespread opposition.
So really, who was it that opposed the plan and why were they so opposed to it?
Well, two different groups of people. For starters, several mayors and reeves. Some of them complained, these mayors and reeves, about a loss of autonomy. This plan called for standardized guidelines for developing residential neighborhoods. And there was also opposition from people opposed to aspects of the plan that weren't even real. There was a public hearing in Niverville in August, and it had to be canceled after hundreds of people showed up.
So is that really all that it took to cancel this plan?
No, it wasn't. I mean, there was a period back in the summer where former Municipal Affairs Minister Ian Bushy defended the Plan 2050, and then days later, Premier Wab Kinew announced the province will let municipalities in the Winnipeg Metro region leave the Winnipeg Metro region. The NDP government then introduced legislation to allow them to leave, and that legislation hasn't passed, but it effectively killed the plan. And that's why there was no opposition this morning to a motion to not proceed with the plan.
So where does this leave us? What happens next?
Well, it is interesting. In the meantime, in 2 years, the municipalities that choose to remain in the region expect to have a new plan. They have until 2027 to create a replacement plan. Some leaders, like Mayor Scott Gillingham of Winnipeg, say they fear major businesses will skip over the Manitoba capital in favor of other provinces and other provincial capital areas because they can't count on consistent planning rules here.
All right, thanks so much.
You're more than welcome.
CBC's Bartley Kivas.